The Little Nightmares series is back, but this time it's not about 6 anymore. Little Nightmares 3 brings in two completely new protagonists, which is Lo and Alone, and for the first time ever in the series, it introduces co-op gameplay. It's definitely a bold direction for the franchise, but does it work though? Well, it's a bit of both, so let's dive in.
Hey, this is Sean from Gamer Braves. It's been 8 years since we established Gamer Braves channel. We went to a lot of overseas game conference. We did a lot of exclusive interview with a lot of prominent figures from the industry, Ryuzo Sugimoto, Sean Layden, and even Yagu. One of the easiest way to support us is to subscribe to our channel. Support like this will actually gives us motivation and pushes us to produce better content. If you have already subscribed, thank you so much. Please enjoy the rest of the video.
If you have played Little Nightmares 2, the formula will feel familiar. Creepy world design, unsettling enemies, and that sense of vulnerability that keeps you on edge. But this time, the game adds new layers through its characters. Lo carries a bow, while Alone wields a wrench, each with their own uses for combat and puzzles. On paper, it sounds great, a proper teamwork-based system that makes each player feel important. But in practice, the combat can feel a little bit clunky. One example is the section where you are attacked by flying insects, Lo has to shoot them down, and Alone finishes them off on the ground. The idea is good, it's mostly there forcing cooperation, but aiming and positioning are a little bit finicky. It's easy to miss your mark or die instantly because you're just a bit too close. And that's the running theme here. Lots of trial and error. You'll often die, rewatch the same long animations, and restart because of tiny mistakes. Even the controls sometimes feel inconsistent, especially during movement or jumps. At one point, we even switched from keyboard and mouse to controller, which, to be fair, the game itself does recommend. As always, Little Nightmares doesn't hand you its story on a silver platter. You have to piece things together from what's shown, which is the world, the cutscenes, the subtle environmental clues. There's no dialogue, but that's part of the charm of Little Nightmares. It's vague, atmospheric, and open to interpretation. This time, the story focuses on Lo and Alone's struggle to survive within the spiral, a series of terrifying surreal locations. While we wish there were more context, we still enjoy that process of figuring things out bit by bit. It's like a dark fairy tale you're meant to interpret rather than fully understand. Now here's the big one. Little Nightmares 3 finally adds online co-op. It is easily the biggest change, and honestly, it's a fun addition. Playing with a friend adds plenty of laughter and shared panic moments. But ironically, that's also what breaks the horror. The quiet, lonely atmosphere that defined the earlier games doesn't quite hit the same when you are chatting with someone on Discord. The tension fades, replaced with teamwork and jokes. Don't get it wrong, it's still fun, arguably more fun, but not in that haunting, eerie way Little Nightmares used to feel. It's also worth mentioning that there's no local co-op, which feels like a missed opportunity. Playing side by side would have fit perfectly for this kind of game. Now here's where Little Nightmares 3 starts to stumble, which is the pacing. There are long stretches where nothing much happens. You enter a room, look around, maybe solve a tiny puzzle, and then you move on. Sometimes entire acts goes by without any combat, which sounds fine, but it ends up making the game feel hollow. It almost feels like the developers wanted players to just soak in the world, but it comes at a cost of momentum. There's less variety, fewer interactive moments, and too much downtime. It's a shame, because with better pacing, this could have felt so much more alive. We genuinely believe that this could have been fixed by adding more puzzles, more creative level designs, or even simple platforming challenges. But instead, you mostly explore beautiful but empty spaces, occasionally finding collectible dolls. And that's about it. Little Nightmares 3 finally answers fans' biggest request, which is co-op gameplay, and for that, it deserves credit. It is a fresh take on the series with new characters, new tools, and the same haunting world design we love. But in embracing co-op, it sacrifices a bit of what made Little Nightmares special, which is that quiet, solitary horror that creeps under your skin. It is still a good game, but it feels like standing still when it could have evolved even further, especially in its pacing and action. So for this game, we're giving it a 7.5 out of 10. So should you buy it? If you have always wanted to play Little Nightmares with friends, this is your chance. The art direction is still incredible, the world design remains fascinating, and uncovering the lore is as enjoyable as ever. But if you are hoping for a truly tense solitary horror experience, you might find the magic a little diluted, especially with all those empty stretches in between. Still, for fans of the series or anyone craving a moody co-op adventure, it's worth checking out. So, what do you think of this game? Let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more game review like this. And as usual, I will see you in the next one.